Buga is my name, and this is the Straight Up. We talk honesty. We be, real life. Twogira mazima. Ngabo chiri wetuchukua. When we sortinga. Well, today is a Tuesday. Yesterday it was raining. Today it is, it is sunny. It's warm. It's nice. It's cool. It's okay. It's actually, I think it's much more better than yesterday, because yesterday really rain distorted a number of things, people's movements, people's programs and all that. Yeah, but in all, we thank God for everything. Waking up alive, we are healthy, wherever you are. Yes. Thank you for watching Rest TV, by the way. Thank you for sticking with us from the beginning. That is Morning Dew with Pastor Isaac. It's really so amazing to have you on. Yesterday, I talked about life in a perspective of you as a person. How do you live life? Is life living you, or you're living life? To some people, maybe I don't think I hurt any feelings. I was a little bit calm. I was a little bit understanding. I was a little bit, I was okay with what I said yesterday. Because most of the time when I get so harsh, people tend to be like, nah, yeah, mama, But we're in the same boat by the end of the day. We're in the same boat. So we talked about life, and I gave you an estimation, which was 27,375 days that you have on earth. They can be more or less, the 27,375. You either live them all, or you just live a few of them, But when you're living them, how do you move? Like, how do you live your life? How do you look into you? How do you make yourself happy? Because I talked about basically how we concentrate on other things, concentrating on bills, concentrating on responsibilities, concentrating on work, and forgetting us, the people that are actually making all that happen, people that are paying the bills, people that are looking out for all the responsibilities. We tend to care so much, and we forget, we forget ourselves. Well, today, like I said yesterday, I'm coming up with a very different perspective of life, and that is let's say situations that happen to us, situations that happen to me, situations that happen to you. How do you take them? Because by the end of the day, life will still life will move. Like I said, it does not have mercy. It's there, it will always be there. You will go and leave it there, because it's what keeps the universe balanced. Without life, there is nothing. Like, there is nothing. But where there is life, there is a lot of things. There is chaos, there is everything you get. So today, I just want to deal with situations, things that really do happen to us. How do we consider them? How do we take them? How do we handle ourselves? Do we come out well? Do we come out winners, or we just stay there and let life really hit us so hard? And we end up even saying life is, there's some song, I won't sing it, but life is something, then death is a sister, something like that, And by the end of it all, there's a way you consider life. Life is bad, life is this, life is this. But there's someone else who's like, life is so amazing, life is sweet, life is, Let me give you an example. Okay, let me just go back to me. There's a time when life took away my childhood. You know how kids grow up, they're playing, you're living the stages, there are those games you used to play, whipping and whatever. Now, me, that I didn't experience. Like that normal childhood, like you grow up like a normal child should. I didn't experience that. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but all I know is a lot happened. I was facing things I didn't even understand, but I faced them. And I ended up growing before, like, years were low, but me in person, I was growing so fast. You are 10-year-old, but you feel like you're 15. You are 15-year-old, but you feel like you're already clocking, you're 18, you're 19, you're 20. So life took away my childhood. Life took away a lot of opportunities that I should have encountered during those early stages of my life. Being a girl, you know how you do your things when you're in your early 20s. You're 19, you're 20, you're 21, you're 22. That is the time to be so high, to be crazy, to having a big head, to think you're all right, to think like your parents are just there they don't even know what they're talking about, like they're probably area over with centuries and all that. You know, that craziness that every normal child should actually encounter, that stage. Now, some of us, or me, I didn't experience that. By that time, I was already working. I was already nashing. Let me use that word. I was already nashing. Because if by that time, if I did not go to work, if I didn't get something doing, I was not going to eat. I was not going to get transport to go to school, to uni. I was not going to get money to buy clothes or whatever. And you know, when you're at campus, you want to look nice. You want to be, but that campus life that people have, you put on your nice clothes, you have your makeup on, guys are all over you, and you're all living your life, crazing around, being weird and everything. Me personally, I didn't experience that. You know why? Because life took it away from me. Life didn't give me a chance. That was a luxury by then for me. That kind of life was meant for those ones that, had their parents with them. They had money, they had their life figured out. There's even a time, now let me tell you something, there's even a time I lowered myself. After university, I didn't have a job. I was on my own. I was scattered. My mom rejected me at a very young age. Anyway, yeah. And trust me, life was crazy for me. I regretted, why was I born? Everything was a mess for me. Nothing was organized. Life didn't mean anything. I didn't have purpose. You're sleeping and you don't even want to wake up. You're like, I wish it could be dark throughout maybe a month or what. And I'd be in the house and I'd be there. Those days, they were really crazy. But I thank God for those days anyway, because those days are the ones that have actually produced and made a woman like me stand. What was I even saying? There were days I used to talk about them and I could cry, but these days I don't even have tears for them anymore, because they are gone, they're in the past. So life didn't mean anything then. I felt like there's a time I felt like, was I really, am I normal? I started even praying prayers that were not even meant to be prayed. Because I thought maybe I was cursed. I thought maybe I started even remembering, did I do anything to anyone that they did this to me, that they really shunned me out of the world? Like, why? I felt like I was at the feet. And there, no one knows me, no one. Come on. Being in campus and even no one is saying, like someone comes and they're like, hey, yo, bichi, bichi, you know how boys come to you, and you feel so frustrated. And you don't even want to let anyone into your life. Trust me, I shut myself. It's like a robot shutting itself down and it's operating within itself. That's how I was. Moving, all I think about was work. What am I going to eat? What am I going to do? What, I didn't think about, I was just in me. That's how life was. You get? And that's how some people are right now. You're going through some pain. Maybe you have a broken heart. Maybe someone let you down, maybe someone disappointed you, and you're regretting, you're feeling so bad. Others are even thinking about revenge. You feel like, I wish I just could get an opportunity to do to do something much more worse than what they did to me. You're really thinking a lot of things. You're in pain, you're in misery, because trust me, when you are happy, then that's when life is making sense. That's when you're like, yo man, I'm living life, I'm vibing, I'm moving with the vibe, I'm everywhere, But when things are not adding up, that's when life is the worst person you could ever meet. You regret life. You say life is this, life is that. But trust me, at the end of the tunnel, there is light. Look at me right now. I used to be a tax conductor during those days of high school. My hands were hard, and one thing I used to do was I did not ngasagala kwata abantu mungalo, because my hands were hard. Bagayita mabavu, yes, that's how we tugayita mu Uganda. Naina mabavu mungalo. I don't want to touch anyone's hands because my hands were hard. And if a woman's hands are hard, that's not good news. It's not nice. You expect it to be soft, everything nice, flowing. So I used to, oh goodness, it was crazy, trust me. By the way, we are live on YouTube. You can share the link, and maybe later you can actually call in. You can actually call in and ask me anything and talk to me. So I used to do tax conducting. I used to go to bars and work. And I really faced a lot of challenges there because I used to fight with men. Oh my goodness. I was a fighter. You know how it is in bars, you're working and then a guy taps you behind and all that blah, blah, blah. It was crazy. And I used to hit them. No matter how tall you are or fat or huge or whatever, trust me, by the end of the fight, you're down on the ground. I'm sitting on you or I'm standing on you or, you know, my boss is shouting, you're fired. It was crazy. You know, it was really, really crazy. But here I am. I'm still alive and I'm doing fine. Every day I wake up, I have a purpose. I have, like, you know, I'm stronger every morning. I know what I'm going to do. Right now, life is meaningful. Life has meaning. Life has meaning. Because I just don't wake up to ask myself what next. I know what is next. By the time I sleep, by the time I go to bed, I know what I'm going to do. I know my program. You know, my life is... Some people are saying I've gained weight. Let me gain weight. Let me gain some weight. You know, because I don't know what tomorrow holds. You get. There are days I used to be so slim. You know? So if you're there and you're going through something, don't let it put you down. Don't even curse life. Don't curse life. Life is not your enemy. Life is your rival. Like, you are in competition. You get, you are in competition. By the end of the day, you have to show something. There's something you have to show. You get. So you are locked up in the house. You don't want to come out because maybe you were chucked or whatever transpired. You don't want to come out of the house because your boss fired you. You don't want to come out of the house because maybe your family rejected you or no one understands you, or your friends think you're just not worth it being with them, or you think you're not beautiful enough to mingle and mix with people, or you think you have those things that really put you down. So you end up closing yourself in. You end up creating over your own car life. Well, let me tell you something, darling. It's time for you to come out and spread your wings. Live life. One thing I know for sure, there is always a way out. There is always a way out. Now, here I speak from a Christian perspective. There is always a way out, trust me, because yesterday night I was listening around 3 p.m. 3 a.m. I was listening to something. And this person said that God watches over us. He knows everything. He knows the strands of hair we have on our heads. Our names are engraved in the palm of his hands. I'm like, okay, so Juliet Nansubuga, my name is it's engraved in his hands. That means he knows me by name. He knows everything about me. He knew me before I was born. So it is you to make a choice. He always gives us two things. He gives us life, he gives us death. What do you choose? I choose life. You know what? Because when I'm in life, I'm alive. When I choose life, I have a purpose. When I choose life, I live life. You get? So come out of every closet that you know, where you've closed yourself in. Come out of that dark corner where you feel like, you know what, I think I'm comfortable here. You're not okay when you're in a closet. You're not okay when you're in that dark room. There are days I locked myself in a house. There are days I didn't have what to eat. There are days I had to fight to get what to eat. There are days oh my goodness, I wish you saw me those days. They were bad days. They were dark. They were full of pain. They were full of tears, and like I was at the mercy of everyone I could meet. I was at the mercy of the world. I thought a lot of things. There's a time when we finished campus, I was still telling you, I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing to go to. I'm like, now what next? What's going to happen to me? You know, you don't even have a boyfriend to your name. It was funny. No one to console me. I had to console myself. You get? To an extent, and if anyone passed by, you could even get the food and hide it. Because you didn't want to share your food. You had planned for it. You know? So if someone comes, they are interfering with your program. That's how bad things were for me those days. The house was leaking. It was so bad. That was life then. But now this is life now. I'm living the present. I'm out of my past. I'm out of my pain. Right now, the reason I wake up every morning is because I have a purpose. I have a road to, to walk. If it is a car, I have a car to drive to a destination. And until I reach that destination, trust me, I'm not going to stop driving. And trust me, it's not going to be easy, but trust me, I'm going to drive and drive and drive and drive till I reach that destination. Because I don't want to go back where I was. I don't want to go back in that life of misery. I don't want to ever look that side ever again. And you can still do the same. You can decide to work so hard. You can decide to beat odds. You can beat all odds. Trust me, one thing I know for sure, I repeat, there is always a way out. I was not born with a silver platter. Everything that I am today, I worked for it. I worked for it. I neshed. Let me use that slang. I neshed. Or I hustled. And that's why I'm the woman I am today. And you can be even much more than any strong woman out there. Trust me, when you look at every woman you see out there standing and they are really fighting so hard, everyone has a story. We all have stories. You won't be the first, nor will you be the last. What do you have to do? You have to, first of all, know who you are, believe, accept the situation, and when you accept it, sit down, think. That's why you have a head. Think. If you can seek help from anyone, do it until you come out of that situation and stand at the end of the day. Because trust me, we are going to ask you by the end of 2021, what have you done? What have you achieved? Any accomplishments? Me, I'm already on the walk. Trust me, I'm already walking. Because by this end of the year, there are things I want to be done. By the time I'm in January, I want to have some accomplishment laid out. No one wants to know that it was the season of COVID-19. No one cares about that. It was a season. It passed. What next? You were fired. Are you the first? You're not the first and you're not the last. What next? Your boyfriend or your whatever ended your relationship. Yes. What next? Your friends don't want to mix with you anymore. Okay. What next? Because by the end of the day, life is not all about your friends. Life is not all about what. It's about you realizing you, accepting you. You get? It starts with you. Life starts with you. And it's you to make the difference in you, so that when you make the difference in you and you're okay and you're fine, that's when the people around you can actually see the light that cometh from you. And when they see that light will attract them to come actually much more closer to you. But if you're locked down, you're always disorganized, you're always sobbing, you're always what? That means you have trouble. And no one wants to be close to trouble, including me. Because I've had my troubles. I've had my own troubles. You get? What am I saying? Life is beautiful. And it's you to make it beautiful. It's going to give you everything. Everything. But it's you to make a pick. What do I want? Where do I want to be in 5, 2, 1 year? Where do I want to be? Life is there. It's there to stay. Even when you're off the earth, the face of the earth, we bury you, you're gone. Life still stays. But how are you living? Come on. It is too much most of the time. I want to tell you something, a story. There's a time, my friend, we finished campus, and she had a boyfriend or a guy, whatever it was, but she was in a relationship. This guy was handsome. He was tall, he was brown, he had those nice beards, and he had a car. It was, I think, a Vitesse. Is it a Vitesse? I don't know. It was kind of a small car, but it meant much. Having a guy with a car, for me, that was something so much and so big. So she's pregnant, she gives birth. We go to the, she calls her close friends, and luckily I was one of them. So we go to the hospital. I had some little money, so you can't go to a hospital, someone has given birth and you're empty-handed. I go there, and as I was seated there, I saw the guy. The guy is handsome. Like, if I could also get a guy, These prayers, oh Jesus. This is like, I was so beaten. I was so down to an extent that that is what I wanted for myself, because I just didn't know what to do. I was like, I felt like if I started oh God. Well, if you want to call in, the number to call in is 0704 97 0070, 0704 97 0070. Yes, if you want to call in and ask me anything. So I see my friend in hospital, and when I see her, I sit down and I look at this guy. They're all busy. The mulamu has come. The baby is all brown, and you see, it's like they've had their life figured out. And was that day? Sina mulimu, sina mwana. I don't even have a boyfriend to my name. Oh God, what did I think? This is what I thought. If only I could get a guy. If only I could get a guy, and we start staying together. We are in love. I'm like, God, I have maybe my issues. I'm kind of like tough and everything. These women that are, I'm hardworking. I told God, if you could only get me that guy, nembere uwe, nabanga buna kwandeke waka nandekirawo sente. They call it the kameza money. I'm like, you know what? These are my thoughts. I'll be fine. I'll be a good girl. God, I will be calm. I won't be tough. I will ensure that. Hello? Someone is on the line. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. Speaking from Jovan Sejika.
Pardon?
Good morning.
I'm speaking to who? I'm not getting your name clearly.
I'm saying you're speaking still on Kuma Jovan Sejika.
Oh, Jovan, how are you? How are you? Hello?
Okay. Actually, this is my first time to watch your program.
Oh, thank you. Hello? Hello? I don't know, maybe we've lost the caller. Jovan, I pray you call in again. I pray you call in again. Well, I was still saying. So those were my thoughts, like I was saying. Hello, hello?
Yes, I was saying
Yes.
that I was saying thank you for the lovely story.
Wow, welcome. Hello?
Because actually it seems that we are sharing the same experience.
Oh, that is nice. Hello?
And I believe that I pray that my prayer is that I pray that may God really bless you for that, because it seems that you are touching some people's heart, and you're changing people's life. Really, may God bless you for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think he's off. Well, that is Jovan. Thank you so much. You know, sharing a story, back then I didn't want to share. I felt like, such a nasty story, such a dirty background and crazy. And come on, you're a woman. But if it's touching someone out there, then that is really amazing. You know, that is really amazing, because I believe you can actually get out of any situation like I did.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, this is Kevin.
Oh, good morning, Ken.
Julie.
Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Julie, I'm so touched about your story.
Oh, thank you. I'm not getting you. Pardon me.
I'm just asking, did you go to St. Jana?
Yes, yes, I did.
Did you go to St. Jana?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, you're my OG.
Whoa, were we in the same class? Hello?
We're in the same class, but different things. I was in sync senior to yellow, you and senior to green, but you look very nice. God is great.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, I think he's also off. Yeah, so that's my Obi. I don't know. Maybe if I see him, I can remember him, but name? Ken? Anyway, like he said, we're in different streams. We had green, we had red, we had blue, we had yellow. Yeah, those were the streams we had, since we're quite a big number. Well, my time is, just have, a few minutes, not even a few minutes, a minute. Well, to finalize with the story, like I've told you my thoughts. I wanted a guy, I was going ready to be a good girl, like that. That's how low I took myself. And I thank God it did not happen anyway, because if it had happened, I don't know where I would have been by now. But it's just amazing how God does his things. I didn't know how opportunities just come, and when you try, you never know. There's always a breakthrough. There's always a way out of no matter how doors are locked, no matter how, squeezed in you are, there's always a way out. Trust me, because I'm a living testimony, looking at how I lived my life. Of course, there were mistakes. I'm not saying that I lived that life. There were a lot of mistakes, very bad decisions. I made crazy decisions, but I thank God that I've learned, and I'm a better person. And I pray that, one of my prayers in life is that I be an answer to a number of people out there. I be of help. I be something. I be a story to someone, a story that uplifts them from every dark moment, every dark time, because I've been there and I know. You get. Well, I'm not going to exceed. Yes. That's all the time we had to share together today. This has been Straight Up with me, Juliet Nansuga. Those that have called in, thank you. Those that are watching, thank you. Well, stick to Rest TV, because we have programs that are lined up for you, today. So stick with our Rest TV. Juliet Nansuga is my name. Have a blessed week. Let's meet next week. That is in, okay, first, of course, Monday is going to be May, but May 31st. But still, I'll meet you in June. I'm already in my June anyway. So let's meet next week. Same place, exactly at 10:30. Mark your time, 10:30 to 11. I'll be here and we'll be talking. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed